Hello there, beautiful internet and you fantastic creatures of the beyond. Let's interact with him. So we left here with Todd, and Todd is a very unique and special character, what can I say? So, Mr. Todd, what have you to tell us today? Nah. Okay, I can't talk to you. I have to exercise. Yes. I'd like to speak to your parents and parents-in-law again, because he was married. He is married. Sorry, to that girl. Well, was. Who knows? So, hey, do you have a microchip implant in your hand? He gives the eyes and he eyes you and gives you an answer as soon as he looks at his outstretched right hand. I fear father coming. I have to go. I have to exercise. I'd like to speak to your parents again. Closes his eyes. Boss. Welcome back, Eros. Care for a drink? We have an old bottle of green coral double distilled. Wonderful, mature spirit. Ancient liquor, of course. He pours some invisible liquor into an invisible glass. Boss. Cheers. He takes then raises the imaginary glass, swirls the liquid that is not in it, sniffs its fictitious smell before taking a delightful sip of nothing. Pretend to drink. Oh yes, great stuff. Possibly the best green coral I've ever tried. What the hell? Bariton, after taking a sip of nothing himself. Splendid. I had questions about the station itself. Horse falsetto. Anything specific in mind would you like to know about the other domes? What are the other domes there? Horse falsetto. Well, there is the docking by the cafeteria, which is where you came from. I suspect there is a manufacturing residential one. This one, residential 2, food processing, aquaponics, power, and finally research and development. Uh, Gentle falsetto. Yes, research and development. Let's start with the power dome. Let's go in opposite direction. What's falsetto? That would be the southern exit, but it's sealed. Bus. Our power generators are there. He scratches his chin. There's no way to repair them if they malfunction. No more spare parts. And the last one who knew how to service them was Shelley's old man, but they do work well still. That's why we don't want to going there. Periton. The substation's unit allows us to monitor and control the power levels, but the hydrothermal generators themselves are made to last. So regardless what you think of Todd, he's actually not a retard. He is a genius, but he has very deep traumatic uh, a very deep traumatic fractured mind. Let's go with aquaphonics though. Horse falsetto proudly. Well, the food processing and aquaphonics are two sections of a single dome, yes. Think of it that way. It's where I work. The aquaphonics is a wonderful self-contained automated system which unifies breathing aquatic life and growing plants. So as I said, I believe that one of the reasons the big creatures exist is because they have been engineered or genetically engineered at least. All of our nourishment and all of this processed of the other parts of the dome, and that's my job. I make sure that we're eating is up to the highest standards. Bus. And the boy sent it all to the depths, single-handedly. Or falsetto. He didn't send anything to the depths. I asked him to keep an eye out for the leak while you were busy repairing the door to our room. You remember, don't you? Bus. And he flooded the whole damn hot dome. Horse falsetto. The pipe burst. Bus. Why must you be so difficult, woman? The boy was tampering with the pressure control on your console to fix the leak. Then he started turning the valve to fix what he fixed, the uncoordinated idiot. Then he super tapped what he fixed by playing with the valve, and then it all went to the depths. You remember that, Shelley, don't you? Horse falsetto. Angus, Angus, Angus. My son is not a lunatic roaming around the station, sabotaging everything. If he was that, if he was there, it was because it needed his help. He did what you said, but he had to because you weren't there. Now, I don't want to talk about this anymore. You're embarrassing us in front of the everyone. Stop it. Don't you care? So basically has multiple personality disorders. And basically when one of the personality is not there and he falls into his plain old thought, maybe his childhood memory, he's incapable of doing anything useful. But that doesn't mean that he is useless. Horse falsetto. We have enough food to last us a long time. We'll pump the water out and restore the dome and forget all about this. She turns to you. Please forgive us for this digression, yeah. Let's go to the residential dome 2. Horse falsetto. It is the dome east of here, similar to this one. It leads to food processing and aquaponics. It was slowly abandoned following the disunion, as there weren't many people left at the station. Oh. Bus, all of the free space, but after the boy messed up with the aquaponics, we don't let him go there anymore. Horse falsetto. Angus, it was difficult to maintain the walls here corroded, and the smell and the filth, we only use the main hallway anyway. She shrugs. I'd never live there, never, ever. And that incident, it could happen to anyone, like the fire in manufacturing. It was an accident. Bas, damn it, woman! Have you forgotten the fire was started by a maniac who wanted to kill himself? Tempt he be to the bottom of the abyss. He killed my father. Ooh. Baritone. Angus, Shelley, please calm down. Horse falsetto. Yes, Angus, control yourself. We have guests. Uh, Residential Dome 1. Horse falsetto. Why? You're in it right now. This is where we live, all of us. The Oivenders have their own room. Angus and I, our room, and Todd and Sina have their own. Baritone. We spent nearly all of our time here. We work at the doctor's office, Mr. Newman has his workshop, and his wife works here as well. Gentle falsetto. I work here as well. Horse falsetto. I spent half of my time at the food processing dome, but the rest I spent here. There's not much to do elsewhere, she sighs. Most of the fighting took place here during the disunion, you know. The cafeteria was where... Oh, I can't. Please forgive me. I don't know why I even started. Docking home. Horse falsetto. You came from there, right? Via the submarine or subsphere, right? It is, after all, the station's only connection to the outside, the place where our ancestors arrived to their future home after being driven out of their home, out of theirs, former ones by Biocorp. So Biocorp also attacked the Atlanteans, it seems, where the war for them ended. Or wait. Maybe he's talking about the Lemurians, not the Atlanteans. Baritone. At the same place where your yet another war ended. Horse falsetto, Yeah, anyway, Eros. The dock hasn't been used since 2 days until you arrived, if you did come by that way. Oh, those days, not 2 days, sorry. Manufacturing, though. Buzz while shaking head. It is the largest dome, easily 3 times larger than the docking free. There was much space above your head, he smiles. So much could stand on someone's shoulders and still have room above. But it was sealed off after fire many years ago, back when I was a boy. In those days, we could still produce things with the machines that survived the disunion. So the disunion happened before the ending of that conflict. By the depths. It was so glorious. A network of assembly lines and Autobots, which my father told me back in his grandfather's day, processed materials brought in by the sublifters from a mining outpost and produced everything we needed, from simple number one screws to strongmen and sub filters. So this was a very powerful station. Now we have nothing. Nothing. Research and development dome. Baritone. That would be the western exit, but it's locked. Great falsetto. Gentle falsetto. It is locked. Bass. No one goes there, and no one should go there. That dome. Curse it to the depths. I see. Can it be open? Horse falsetto. Of course, our family has access to it. The Newmans are direct descendants of the last technology minister, Theodore Newman, so his family has always had the privilege of station's full access, but the oil vendors do too, of course. Bariton. But that dome is a place of tragic history and possibly great danger, and hasn't been maintained in a century, 100 years. But I scared the boy away from for it real good. You have to drill into its thick skull. You see. Uh-huh. Let's ask something else. Tell me more about the disunion. First, you need to know about the sub-islanders. Who exactly are the sub-islanders? We are, baritone, gentle falsetto. That would be us, the Oivinders. As you can see, they have quite unique letters, so they come from a very far away place. They're not from this place. Baritone. We are the last of our people in Lemuria. Me and my wife, and our daughter, Sineva. Horse falsetto. Sina. Sweet, sweet child of our daughter-in-law. Bess. Appearing as though he wants to say something else, but change his mind instead. The sub-islanders came to Lemuria way before the Great War, and we've been together since. Baritone. Yes, our numbers were modest in the beginning. We came from Atlantis, a station that is said to be a place called the North, in the direction of the docking dome, but way beyond it. So even way beyond the Underrail, probably at the bottom of the sea somewhere. Why did the sub-islanders come here? Baritone. Our people were adapted to live conditions the native Lemurians were not. The conditions you witnessed here, we don't need much room, much light, much movement. Gentle falsetto. This station was built with us in mind. It is much like Atlantis. The senior sub-islanders used to stay. Oh. Baritone. Sub-islanders were perfect for working here and help the Lemurian community. We performed mining duties, technology and research, and along the way maintained our culture. What survived the integration? Oh, that is. We lived separately from the native Lemurians until the Great War. Though then, many years later, this union happened. So basically, the sub-islanders, Atlanteans, asked for refuge here. They were built this station under the water, very deep. And in turn, they helped the Lemurians, I suppose. But then the Biocorp War came and wiped out the Lemurians, and the ones that survived came down here. And then it seems some friction happened between the Atlanteans and the Lemurians. False falsetto. We Greatly admire the sub-islanders' language. Yes, it's that so, Angus. Oh, and I have to add, I've always envied Asta for her beautiful name. It sounds so open and bright. It's the two A's on at the beginning and the other at the end. Sineva sounds gorgeous as well. Gentle falsetto. Thank you, Shelley. Everyone falls silent as discomfort in the air turns thick. Okay. Uh, I'd like to know more about you, Bas. We'll go first if the Oivenders don't mind. Where to start? We're descendant from the Lemurians, which obviously found their refuge here, a refuge from Biakor. He utters it with undiluted hatred, clenching his fists and scowling in the process. Horse falsetto, The Newmans were reputable architects, you see. They were the ones who designed Lemuria, and therefore Newman were the last technology minister, a powerful man who surely would have become the prime minister if things hadn't turned out the way they did. So basically, they are descendant of a very powerful family or faction. Meanwhile, I'm a direct descendant of the great composer Kurt Reiluk. Obviously, we have read about the music that inspired this place a lot. So yeah. Bas, yes. Although there aren't many family names left anymore, as my family used to say, make sons unless you want your name or your last name extinct. Yeah, basically kind of how nobility works. So I believe that the brightest and the most powerful were sent down here. Uh, so the rich, well, not the rich, maybe the gifted or the ones that had a big name around Lemuria. He even loves Basili. But then his spirit wanes as his predicament comes into a mental foreground. Bariton. A fate which befell most sub-islanders. Most of our family names were lost due to old family name inheritance laws. Gentle falsetto. Completely lost. Horse falsetto. Yes, but our family name has survived to this day. And so did yours. Bariton. To this day. Hmm. Um, are you really the only ones here? No servants to help you? Bariton. Our two families are the only ones here. Gentle falsetto. The only ones. Bass. More servants were destroyed during the disunion, and we had no means of replacing certain components. For the ones that remained operational, I do manage to activate a strongman from time to time and when we need it, when we need be, but they don't last very long, and I have to mix and match working components between them. Oh, that's kind of sad. Or falsetto. Yes. We used to have modded handyman mod. She had some strongman parts, but only in interior. She acted as a nanny of a sorts for Todd and Sina. Oh my gosh. You see? When they were little, just watch over them and did simple tasks. Okay, that's kind of scary. Mod. That old gal is still around, but I had to deactivate her after she malfunctioned. Horse falsetto. Oh, don't remind me, Angus. Don't touch. Todd couldn't sleep for a week. But you see, Eros' strongman power is similar yet different to the handyman. Eros falsetto. Angus, do not bring us back to that unpleasant moment, especially not in front of our guest. I'd like to talk to you about Todd. But what did the screw up? What did he screw up now? Horse falsetto. Angus, please don't jump to conclusions, dear. I'm sure it's nothing of a sort. Eros, what did you want to talk about to us about? Todd seems to be exercising a lot. Todd suffers from numerous health problems, both physiological and psychological. No, no kidding, huh? False falsetto. Life here is truly difficult. Yeah, alone under the sea, I wonder. Baritone, yes, but the worst of all, Todd has fertility problems, though. Bass with a slightly wavering voice. The boy is useless. Baritone before Chalice has a chance to respond. There is still hope for him and Sina to have a child, but it all depends on him. I've tested Todd for years. There is only so much I can do. Gentle falsetto, shaking her head. No hope. Silence. Can you let Talk unlock the gate to the R&D for me? Horse falsetto, bass baritone falsetto. If the boys unlock it now, what's next? He'll go there and screw something up, flood the station. There could be germs there, viruses, he could get sick, or if he follows you, hurt himself. New, unknown space are likely to cause him stress, plenty of stress. What you see is Todd face seems to represent everyone looking at each other, their verdict, a silent yet resounding no. Can you let Todd? Okay. Angus. Yes, boss. You don't think all too highly of your son, do you? Boss. How can I, Eros? How can I? My only son, my blood, the carrier of my genes, yet can't even learn how to use simple tools, Bracer. I've tried teaching him many other things too, but he always finds a way to screw it all up. Best, damn it all to the depths. He stares at the outstretched palms. These hands, with this eye alone, have maintained this station ever since my father died. May his spirits float freely. With these hands, I've brought servants back to life to take care of our two families, saved us all from flooding and toss of electrical power on numerous occasions, and my son can't even maintain his own room. The only thing these hands couldn't do was raise a man. I'll think about all of this in the meantime. Boss, you do that, grumbles. Not even a simple tool bracer. He shakes his head. Shelley. Horse falsetto, yes, Eros. Don't you think you may be a bit too protective of Todd? Horse falsetto. I beg to differ. I'm protective as a mother as should be. It's my duty. Todd is perfectly capable young man, but there will always be things where mothers knows best. And mistakes happen. Mistakes happen. Like in the aquaphonics, there are many ways to he could get hurt himself, and he needs to eat well. And why should we worry about it if his mother is an alimentary technician? It's my expertise. I can prepare everything for him. And he sighs. He deposes the sighs again. No matter how old he is, he's to me still that little boy from our family portrait. Family portrait? Horsfall said, "Oh yes, in our room, family portraits are a matter of tradition here. Every year, an entire family gets photographed in the photo room, and effects the backgrounds of our choice would be added. It was wonderful. Some had little taste, but in our family, it was something we'd spend a lot of time planning to get perfect pictures because they are artists, that's why. But after the photo room equipment got broken down, we stopped doing it. Angus tried repairing, but there is no way to manufacture the replacement parts, he says. I'll think about that. In the meantime, stick. Baritone. How may I help you? Do you think the regime regimen you've put Todd on regimen, yeah, is really good for his physique? Baritone. His mental state is indeed delicate. Todd is suffering from a complex form of infantile regression, a condition in which a person regresses to an earlier stage of development, adapting childish mannerisms and behavior. It serves as a defense mechanism to protect the psyche, from an unacceptable reality, in his case, his fertility problems. Baritone. However, mind and body are interconnected. His problems fundamentally are physiological in nature. So treating these issues will inevitably reflect positively on his mental state. There's an old Lemurian saying, a healthy mind in a healthy body. Baritone. Exercise will not only help him get fit, but will also help him reduce stress, as exercise decreases tensions, elevates the mood, improves sleep, and self esteem. I have years and years of thoughts test results on my computer, which have led me to this conclusion. Tests? What kind of tests? Baritone. The ones I keep on my computer in the doctor's office. They're various and numerous. Baritone. I've been Todd's physician since his birth, after all. I've seen some of Todd's medical records. He's got low testosterone levels. Could that be due to the stress? Baritone. Yes, among other things, stress affects testosterone levels negatively, which the results is impotence. That is why we need to keep it at a minimum through exercise, while keeping him in an environment in which he can feel as safe as possible. Baritone, you ask that Todd opens the R&D dome gate for you. That is, and of itself, will be stressful for someone in a delicate condition as he is, as mundane an action as it may seem. It's just a door, there's nothing to fear, but I'm here to keep him safe. He should just stop being a pansy. Keep him in one dome is going to be more stressful in the long run. Oh, that makes sense. Baritone. Having a new unknown space before him on that has been described as dangerous to him repeatedly. Is bound to cause him a lot of stress. Um, if you have a map of the dome, we'll show it to him, and so we both know what's out there. Mhm. Baritone. Also, he'll feel pressured not to make a mistake, even if it's such a simple thing. Well, it's impossible not to make a mistake with such stress and such a mental condition. Um, he just needs to bring his hand close to the damn thing. He just needs to take a deep breath. Mm, yeah, I know how implants work. I'll make sure he does fine. We should practice on other gates first. He just needs a deep breath. Baritone, let's say all goes well. But on what if the letter on he opens, probably when he opens the gate, goes there alone and something happens to him? Um, I'll make sure to tell him it's scary when I get back. A few slaps across the face will make sure he doesn't go there. Just nicely tell him no. How about we wall it off afterwards? Hmm. I'll make sure to tell him it's scary when I get back. Baritone. What if something in fact does go wrong when the gate opens? Something that's an actual threat? A great opportunity for him to learn how to fight. He should just run away. We'll find him a suit of armor so he feels safer. I'll take care of him and he'll see everything can be overcome. He should just run away. Bariton. You are completely longerers. I cannot allow Todd near the gate if that's how you intend to handle the situation. Let's talk about opening the gate. You asked, okay, let's go. So keeping him going through is going to be more stressful. Having new unknown spaces before him, one that has been described as dangerous to him, it's bound to cause him a lot of stress. The known is rarely scarier than the unknown. Let's go with this one. A baritone. Also, he'll feel pressured not to make a mistake, even if okay. Let's try this. I know how the implants work. I'll make sure that he does fine. Let's say it all goes well, but what if the letter opens and okay, there is something wrong? So, poof. This is the difficult part. I'll make sure to tell him it's scary when I get back. We should wall it off afterwards. He shouldn't live in constant fear of everything. Let's try this one. Baritone. What if something, in fact, does go wrong and the gates open? Something that's an actual threat. Oh jeez, I'll take care of it and he'll see everything can be overcome. A great opportunity. No, he should just run away. We'll find him a suit. Let's go with 4. I'll take care of it. Because it obviously can go wrong. We don't know what's behind the door. Baritone, I understand. He pauses. I think I now understand what you mean. Really? It's not his low testosterone that makes him less of a man. It's not being a man that keeps his testosterone low. Baritone, yes. Baritone. Native Lemurians, how different they are. I've grown distant to Todd after years of him and Sina not being able to make a child. His problems prevented it, and I've worked for years to improve his health with the means I had. His voice raises a pitch and exhibits more emotion. I feel like another patient. I felt like another patient, yeah. He shakes his head, reverting to his previous self. Yes, we've grown distant, and Asta, and I, and him. Moreover, I believe he no longer has any kind of relationship with my wife. No, I believe he no longer has any kind. Yeah, baritone. Very well. Todd needs more independence and space. This, combined with the moderate physical activity, should improve his health, mental and otherwise. So he is under a lot of stress, of pressure. Let's go talk to Sina. Unfortunately, no, she can't speak to you, baritone. Gentle falsetto. Or anyone else, why not? Gentle falsetto. She is resting. All of this concerning Todd is too heavy of a burden for her. Gentle falsetto. She is resting. What about Asta? A strange thing happens. Todd pauses. Todd, as he happens to have subtly fallen out of character, his mouth moving but no words coming out. Then, gentle falsetto, please speak to my husband. Uh-huh. Can you let Todd Angus Shelley? Um. Okay, well, we'll be here if you wish to speak to us, not politely. With pleasure, farewell. Let's go investigate these few things. We've read about We didn't check all the rooms, so it might be useful to go through the rooms a bit. I don't know how to get into this room. Let's see a door here. Let's go into this one. Then we'll take it easy and see what's going on here. Power substation unit. You can see power levels for the whole stations here. Research and Development Dome has the most power allocated to it out of all the domes, but draws little at the moment. Power Dome houses two hydrothermal generators, both of which are in good condition. Food processing, aquaponics, and manufacturing dome draw no power at all. They are disconnected from the grid. Docking and the two residential homes are stable. You can see power levels for the whole stations. Okay. I don't care about this. I'm just gonna leave the doors open because so we know where we went and what we did. Bullet cabinet. I'm gonna take that. Oh, we're out of power. So quite an interesting fellow, this guy. He knows how to maintain the whole system. Sorry. But his mind is fractured, so he has to be one personality at a time. Or he can be all of them at a time, but I don't think his brain can contain that much information. Oh jeez, there's so much stuff here. Oh, we need hacking? We can do hacking. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna take this, all of it. No mines, thank you. Let's see what this is. This is the security office. Not interested. Still, I can't see him. I'll find a way. Maybe it's inside? I shall see. Okay, there is a locker over here. Let's look for the door. It seems that this is the gate control. Let's test it out a little bit. Bring your hand close to it. Authentication. Welcome P bridges. Authorization failed. Outdated implant security model version. Please report to the medical office in either residential dome for necessary implant updates and replacements. Medical office. We shall see about that. Medical synthesis unit. Please select the items you want to synthesize. The percentage of total medical med-synth chemical content required for the synthesis is displayed to each item. We have 35%. We might want a hypercerebrix, morphine, adrenaline, desaturated psionic, no focus team, jumping beans, not really. Bullhead, third eye. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. Synthesis. Please collect your item. We got that. And desaturated psionic inhalant, whatever. It's the only thing we can take. We took all of the medicine. That was for poor Todd. But we will see what we can do about it. Yeah, take it, take it. Locker. Yes, medical, nothing. Sign. R&D residential food. Okay, we read that. I guess this one controls this door. I really love how the animations work. This one should control this door, right? This one should close this door. This is the medical computer which we've read everything about. Let's see. Contact artist, no. Handyman, no. Notes, medical synthesizers, bam 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 bam. Twitch. Yeah, so we can't find anything new. We've covered that part. Let's look at the... So there has been a lot of fighting happening here, it seems. Bandages. What's in this boxy? Most of the dishes are moldy and appear though they haven't been touched in a long time. There is some disgusting puke green mess in the sink as well. I'm not gonna take his food. Ouch. Docking and manufacturing. We came from that place. Oh, so everything is docking and manufacturing. So what else can we do here? Ah, we should enter the doors from this side. There is another door which is probably... Oh, a security camera. What about this place? Where is the door for this place? Ah, over here. Hacking. Bam. I'll take this. Oh. Chewed up pill bottle. An empty bottle of septohydroxydiminostatin. A potent antidepressant. Someone was in a hurry to get those pills. I wonder who. Huh, so we have entrances from this side as well. We'll check those later. Oh, why is this locker over here? We're gonna take this. Ninda metal gel? Probably it's ionic. How do I get to this one though? Is it outside? Or maybe the room here is bigger. Let's check. So we know there are 3 rooms that are being occupied by the family. Well, occupied in quotes, but we've got the idea. Broken motion picture frame. A small hand-sized animated picture frame. It is heavily damaged, with one side being completely dark and the other notably distorted, and its animation frozen, all of which gives the people still depicted an unnerving appearance as they stare at the missing half. Interesting. Oh, more lockers here. Let's check all of the lockers up there. We don't need this. I think I didn't check these lockers. Food. There is definitely... Ah, there is another... Okay, I see. Oh? What is behind this door, I wonder? Oh. I always forget to do that for some reason, I don't know why. Poor guy. Keeps running like crazy. We'll take this and this. Oh. Empty tool bracer. Abyssal Station 0. Sorry. Through its transparent cover, You can see the slots for various tools, none of which are present. The tools are stored around the user's forearm and could be rotated until reaching an opening at the anterior side. From here, they are likely inserted into an even extracted from the hand. Unfortunately, this neat-looking device doesn't appear to be functional anymore. I'm gonna take this and this stop. Let's watch our weight though. Fusion cell, locker. Oh, that's heavy. I'll take that. The barrel is doing up here. I'm not gonna bother with this. Yeah, it's kind of heavy. Let's leave it. We can get plenty of those. It depicts two blueprints side by side, one for handy maidens and the other for strongmen. Certain components are highlighted on both sides of their properties, displayed presumably for comparison. Mhm. Okay, let's take this row then. Caltrops, nothing of interest. Enter here, enter here. Never mind, never mind. Never mind. I think the lights enable when we enter the cabin, the room at least. Nothing of interest. Well, maybe this bandage. Hey, hey. Oh, come on. Motion painting. I'll take this, this. Only this. This one are. What? Psi Revigorator. Never mind. So let's have a look at this picture. There are two parents and a child, it seems. A digital frame displaying an animated family photograph. The family is tagged as Stig, Asta, and Sineva Oivender. They are standing in a warmly illuminated hall of imposing perpendicular architecture. The father of the family is a tall, smiling man wearing a Lemurian doctor's coat and high-tech monocle over his light blue eyes. Oh. The mother is a petite, smiling blonde wearing a simple but fittingly elegant cyan dress. Blue-eyed as well, but it is wearing bifocal high-tech glasses instead. The daughter is a spitting image of her mother, the major difference being her somewhat lighter shade of hair and softer rounded feature. So this is the Atlantean family. It seems this is locked out. Hello there, Muffin. Welcome to the chat. Enjoy our expedition throughout this beautiful bunker at the bottom of the sea. Oh, we haven't checked this one? An odor of pungent, sour sweet mixed with sweat permeates the air. The ventilation unit appears to be out of order. Ouch, man. Fitness room. Childcare. Well, now this is interesting. A name being scratched into the wall. In being shaking letters. Mike L. Or Mikael. Who knows? Oh. Child's drawing oddity. It is a piece of e-paper containing a shaking drawing of Lemurian buildings, people, servants, horned animals, crimson meadows, it's all there underneath a towering blue light. Uh, oh, I don't know what the rerun means, but yeah, it's live. We're all live. Um, I'll check about that after I finish this session. Who knows? Twitch is weird. And what can you do? Z lockers. Locker. Oh, we have to open this one. Oh, a beautiful gold ring. I wonder who it belonged to. And bullets. A fighting wife, I suppose. We'll take this. And we have nothing here. I checked this one, right? Yeah. This one seems to be enclosed. Let's go to this one. So we have checked mostly everything here. Mostly. I don't know how to enter in this one. Possibly not everything is accessible. Possibly. I'm just gonna take the bullets. I don't care about that. Let's go to the next one. Thank you. Can't see the tablet, unfortunately. Relax, Todd. I'm just yonking everything that's around here. Nothing to fear. Oh, I didn't check the lockers up there. It's a bit difficult to catch on. Not too big. Sure, I'll take that. We have plenty of space. Let's check the lockers. Oh, thank you. So I think this sorts all of the issues. Okay, let's do a hardcore save. And can this be? No, we can't do anything about that. Let's talk to Todd and his family, if I can find him. Come on, little Toadie, where are you? Hey, stop. I can't talk right now, I have much to exercise. I'd like to speak to you and your parents-in-law again. Continue. About Todd. 6. Angus. Yes? I found this thing in the machine shop. My tool bracer, Bass. He smiles, then frowns, and that moron lost all of the tools. Could you show me how it works? Bass, after some hesitation. Well, you put this on like this. He takes the bracers and puts his arm through it. Having the decorated transparent section facing up, he then quickly presses on the root of his thumb with his finger, which causes the strap to automatically tighten themselves around the forearm's anterior side. The strap lock still the strap lock still works. Good. So how do you use it, Bass? It's all gesture based. There is a sensor by the wrist which detects even the most minute tendon movement. Pressing the root of your thumb activates and deactivates the gesture of recognition, but you can program it to your liking. He checks the connector at the base of the device. Corroded. Best. The tools inside are held by electromagnets, and you can move your hand to rotate them around your arm and have them insert into your hand, all very smoothly unless the magnetic focus is going to depths. It also picks up tools and replaces them with new ones. Oh, that's super awesome. That's like a very handy thing to have. Best. Once you get the hang of it, you can work really fast. In the past there were some expert engineers who could use two bracers at the same time, but their bloodlines died out. Sadly, their skill left untaught. Can I try the tool bracers on? Bass. There are no tools in it. I just want to see how it feels. He reaches for his outer thigh, pushing his hand right through his suit and into an imperceptible, imperceptible pocket. Damn it! From from it, he pulls some kind of metal rivet, and as soon as he does so, the pocket seals back into invisibility. He opens the tool bracer cover and puts the rivet ring in the middle. The magnets snap into place and closes the bracelet. That will do. Here. Put it on like he did and press the roof of your thumb with your finger. The strap tightens around your forearms, slowing down a bit before locking, as if verifying its thickness. The end result feels rather comfortable. Bus. There. Bus. Now, let's say you need to use a Haas wrench. In this case, a size 8 jack rivet. It's in position 1. Move your hand up in line with the rivet. Um, okay, let me think a moment. Let's move the whole arm up. No, just the hand. Make a circle with your hand. What are you doing? Just tilt it up in line with the rivet. Move your hand. The inside part of a bracelet, a hollow cylinder to which the tools are attached by the magnet, rotates to the rivet, reaches the interior side, ready to be picked up. Continue. There you go. Now what? Pass. Take it. Move your hand down and it will drop into your hand. Move your hand up again. Not up, down. Move your hand down and reach for the rivet. As soon as your hand gets in position, you hear a short buzzing sound and feel you have the rivet being pressed into your hand. Now what do I do? Pass. Now tilt your hand down and give it the rivet back to the bracelet. Drop the rivet. Damn it. He picks up the rivet and puts it in your hand. Focus. Give it back to the bracer. The rivet is the rivet. The rivet. Focus. Give it back to the bracer. The rivet. Drop the rivet. Damn it. Tilt it. The magnet pulls the rivet from your hand and the cylinder rotates it back into its original position. All of this happens very fluidly and quickly. Pass. Great. See, you got the hang of it straight away. One more thing left to do. Some tools can be on the far end of the bracer, and maybe you can't see them or need to access them more often. Let's rotate the whole cylinder. Tilt your hand up in line with the rivet, and while keeping it up, rotate it to the left and or right, whatever you want. Rotate your hand, then select the rivet. By the depths, how hard can it be to follow simple instructions? Can't you get it through your thick skull, boy? I mean, child, Eros. Ah, it's a miracle told to learn how to use the tool bracer with you around. Best function. What do you mean, learn? The boy's as useless as his voice drops in a pitch, and whoever he is right now is staring at the tool bracer. I've been practicing when father doesn't wasn't looking. He his rumbly voice recovers, but it's a bit softer than earlier. I don't want him to be useless, but it's hard, damn it, hard. Just like my father taught me before I knew I had to teach my own boy everything I knew, but he's so slow and he starts to he stares at the tool bracers even more intently. But the tool bracers, he can use it. He clearly can, huh? Bass grumpy again. At least the boy can do something, right? Shelley. So we convince the father he's not useless, his boy. Horse falsetto. Yes, sir. The family portrait. Horse falsetto. Oh yes. In our family, in our room, the family portrait are a matter of tradition here. Every year, the entire family would go to photograph and okay. Some had little taste, but in our family, something okay. We read that. But after the photo run equipment broke down, blah 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 blah. We read that part. How do we do this? Hmm. Let's ask her something else in the meantime. The picture. What? Am I pressing the wrong thing? Okay, so how do we do this? Maybe I haven't seen all the portraits? But it's the only... Oh, there's another one. My mistake, my mistake. Still 3 figures. We can see it's animated, so... A digital frame displays an animated family photograph. The family is tagged as Angus Shelley and Todd Newman. They are standing in a meadow of crimson grass moving in the wind. Oh, that's very beautiful. The father of the family is bald, stubby man wearing an engineering suit and an ill-tempered expression on his ill-set face. The mother is a thin woman with deep green eyes embedded in a pale, featureless face. She's wearing a pristine white suit with many colored ornaments. Between them is Todd, a young, skinny, thin-haired, pale boy trying to find a suitable smile for the camera. Okay. Where is he? Maybe we can talk with him now. Todd. You find him sitting on the bench, wiping his forehead with the absorbent patch on his sleeve. Then, with the gleaming eyes, he opens an unlabeled institutional size can and begins scooping some kind of dark paste from it. It smells is sweet and sour and distance keeping pungent, but he seems to be revealing in this stuff. I'd like to speak to your in-laws again. About Todd Shelley. The family portrait. Oh, sorry, we've read that. I've seen your family portrait. It's really nice. The best one we ever did, at least. Horse falsetto. Horse falsetto is Isla, my mother, passed away just a few months prior to when it was taken. The last member from our side of the family. I miss her so much, especially at the times like this. I'm very sorry for your loss. Thank you, thank you. It's all happened such a long time ago. This station has been through a lot. Great war, disunion, health issue, death. Death? What's falsetto? Nodding. There's still a lot of people here. Back when we were young. But over the years, one by one, they passed away, she sighs. And few are being born to replace the dying? What's falsetto? Yes, sadly, bad living conditions resulting in numerous health issues for us Lemurians over the years. It's too confined. The sub-islanders don't mind it. In fact, they prefer it. The Lemurians took plenty of medications to maintain their health, but much of our capacity for manufacturing medicine was destroyed during the disunion. Disunion didn't seem to have gotten in the way of good relationship between you and the sub-islanders. Paul Farsetto. No, no. Most of the sub-islanders went outside during the disunion, and the remaining ones continued living here with us. Oh, there was some tension in the succeeding years, naturally, but all forgotten, yes. However, many lives were lost then, and much was destroyed. Your bloodline survived, and your husband, and now you have taught. Illness took away so many people after the disunion, didn't it? But the sub-islanders that remained here, the station has a sad past indeed. Let's focus on the portrait. Let's get back to the beginning. Your bloodline survived. No, illness took away so many people after the disunion, didn't it? Let's see this one. Alpha Centauri. Sadly, bad living. Oh, we did that. Disunion didn't seem to had. Okay. It's the same dialogue. This union didn't seem to have gotten in the way of good relations, but the food production has thankfully survived. The food was never a problem, never. Not even in the worst of time. We've always produced sufficiently, and throughout the years, we've always had um, con consigned how the hell do you pronounce conscientiously elementary technicians who made sure food quality was up to the highest standards, and that is something I'm proud to say as one myself I've maintained to this day to the best of my abilities. One can tell by looking at Todd that you're feeding him well. Or falsetto. Our son needs our help. He's got so much to worry about, and he can't possibly make time for everything. That's why I'm here, and my husband, of course, and our in-laws to keep him sane, probably. Um, your your husband has got a lot on his shoulders. Angus has always been a great father to Todd. Great, we both are, hardworking and dedicated. It may seem like it's hard on Todd, but I've told Stig and Asta many times. It's just how it comes across. That means a lot. That man's got a lot on. Okay, it's all comes to being patient. The Oivenders know you well enough. The Oivenders, they are our only friends here, and obviously in-laws. Nothing but the best about them, especially the sweet, sweet Sina. I've yet to see Sina. Todd and Sina always seemed to like they were made for each other. They were so different yet so alike. They had no one else but each other, sure, but they are a perfect match. I still remember their wedding day like it was yesterday. Sad we couldn't do a proper photographic session. We had to use a surveillance camera. uh, they had no one else indeed, but they know each other from birth, so they know each other well. Oi vendors, they are okay. The sub islanders prefer this condition, but they were always fewer in numbers. There were a lot more sub islanders before the disunion, yes, they were, but now the Oi vendors are the only ones left. Mm, the station has a very sad past indeed. This station has been through a lot: the Great War, disunion, the health issues, death. Yeah, it all started with the Great War. She nods. The Great War. If it wasn't for it, we'd all be running across those wonderful reed meadow my mother always talked about. Biocorp, they destroyed everything. Persuasion. Speaking of which, the majestic reed field you chose as your picture background looks great. False falsetto. Ah, thank you. Um, I chose that one. The last time Angus picked something dull, static, minimalistic, uninteresting, while I wanted something visually stunning that captured the better prosperous times of our history. The Oivenders did the same with their portraits, only their sub-islander culture is different. Oivenders, they are our only friends. Okay, okay, okay. Uh, let's focus on the portrait for a moment. Ah, yes, yes, but I was thinking there is still a lot of people here, back when we were young, but over the years, only by one they passed away. And okay, this station has a set was okay. Let's focus on the portrait. Yes, yes. The station has been through a lot. Um, Sadly, the living conditions resulted in numerous health. Can you focus on the portrait? The food was never a problem. The Great War. I'll let my mother. Okay. There is still a lot of people. I think. Let's go back to the beginning. I think we have to reply based on her correct on her, what she's talking about. I think Oi vendors are the two left on the display. There is still a lot of people here, back then, but over the years, many passed away. Uh, hmm. What should we choose, I wonder? Okay, let's go with the first one. Yes, sadly, living conditions, blah 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 blah. In fact, they prefer this. This union didn't seem to have gotten. Let's go with this one. No, no, most sub-islanders went outside, okay. However, many lives were lost then, as much as were destroyed. Uh, your bloodline survived, and your husband and you have taught. Angus has always been a great father. Yeah, the man's got a lot on his shoulder. You're lucky he still retained his sanity. Hmm. It all comes with being a parent. Let's go with that one. Our son needs our help. We've got so much to worry about, and he can't possibly make time for everything. That's why I'm here, and my husband, of course, and our in-laws. You've got a lot of things in mind. You make sure he always stays in good environment. Yes, let's focus on the portrait. Your husband got a lot on his shoulder. Angus, he's always a great father. Okay. Eh, okay, let's try. You've got a lot of things in mind. I do my best as a mother and wife. The only elementary technician I have to think about everything, but my mother has always taught me that to be strong, you have to let it out. Let it out. So I have my bound, bounder, bounder where I can go and weep. Yes, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It releases the negative emotions. Surely your husband is also involved in the family affairs, and it seems you have worked well for you. You look stunning in the portrait, if I may say so. Let's go with that one. Horse falsetto. Ah, you may. She smiles again. But we all look well, don't we? My husband doesn't like taking pictures, though. He does his best. Angus has always been a great father. Um, it all comes to being parents. Let's go with persuasion. Yet, on the portrait, his only worry seems to have been trying to put on the best smile for the camera. Haha, yes, yes, I love that. He was so charming. Were that red mellows real, although I don't know if I'd let him in a suit out there. Todd spends most of his time in this dome. It's the safest and the cleanest and important as health is at any time, naturally. It's even more important when he has these problems. These health problems. His father in law must be working hard with Todd. I'm sure Sina is very supportive of him. Let's go with that. Todd and Sina always seem like they were made for each other. They had, I'm sure they are, but Todd unfortunately, what if they're just hypothetically didn't like each other? No, they were made for each other. Oyvenders are our only friends. Sina looked wonderful in their portrait, though I'm sure she has grown up into a beautiful woman. Todd is one lucky guy. Falsetto, her smile broadening. Yes, the two of them. Just after the portrait has been taken, yes, they disappeared, both of them. We wouldn't find them at all. I was mortified. Mortified. We searched the entire station, and then Angus heard the gigglings in some utility space behind one of the wall panels. They were happy. I don't think I ever saw him happier. So the happiest he's ever been was when he ran away with to a dark, dirty wall section with Sineva. Her voice dropped slightly in a pitch, losing some of the hoarseness along the way. Father beat me really hard when he found us. She shakes her head, recovering her previous voice. Angus disciplined him, but as I've said, yes, Todd was happy. Horse falsetto. Oh, maybe he does need some. I want only the best for him. With watching his every move when he's in when in fact maybe mm, wonderful portraits. Can you let Todd unlock the gate for me? Hoarse baritone falsetto. I suppose we can trust him to unlock it. But what if, well, alright, I can. It can't be that bad. You've convinced me. Freedom of movement and action would benefit his health. And my husband convinced me. What you see in Todd's face seemed to represent everyone looking at each other. One by one, they begin to nod, and then, pass. Yes, yes. You have our permission to take up the boy to the gate, but remember what we've talked about, Eros. I will do I will do so right away. Todd, are you in there somewhere? He closes his eyes and reopens them after a few moments. Me? I need you to unlock the gate to the R&D dome for me. I can't go there, I told you. I'll talk to your. Well, we can intimidate, strengthen. Why not? It's the only us. I'm only asking for you to unlock it, not go in there with me. There was something else. Let's go say that we talk to the parents and he allows it. They do? He pauses, confused. Yes, they do. Follow me. Follow him to the gate. Oh, perfect. In the other options, it kind of gets messy and ugly. I don't like those options. Todd brings his right hand to the gate control screen. The red light turns green, and the gate opens. He pauses, almost as if he wishes to turn away and leave, it but he instead speaks with a new voice, not too similar to his usual tenor. Todd? He looks around. Sina? Sineva? Can you hear me, Todd? Yes, I'm helping Eros. And are you feeling well? How's our baby boy doing? Oh man, this is breaking my heart. Todd, what's the matter, Sina? How's our boy? Don't you know what I'm talking about? It looks it took us so long, Sina, but we finally did it. You gave me a boy. Her eyes fill with tears. Todd, I'm dead. Phrase dead. We did not survive the birth, damn it. That's so sad. My parents, your parents, everyone. You don't know how. This is freaking crazy. You don't know how those teary eyes you've staring into, but after a while, it doesn't seem to matter. Ah, damn it! This is making me cry. You are waiting for me to make you happy, Sina, for so long. You can't be. He wipes his tears away. You are, and I'm alone. Hmm. He gives you a sad and unmistakably more natural look. Damn it. Then he turns around and jogs away. Ah, damn it. That is so deep. It cuts so through your heart. Well, thank you, Todd. You're the best. Mm. Let's do a hardcore save. Oh man, I feel so bad for Todd. He really has a lot of pressure on his shoulders. I wanted to say that there is another way to bring Todd to this place, and that is by kind of enclosing him in this environment. You have to. When he's running, he uses the doors, but you can kind of guide him to go through open doors, and then you can kind of catch him here. And then you can do whatever you want. But yeah, I really think that talking with him is far more interesting. Oh, let's go invisible first. Shoot, didn't go invisible. Actually, we don't need to, I think. Okay, let's explore this place. This is gonna be quite complex. No power, so we need power first of all. I don't care about that. That looks really beautiful. Computer. Excellent material for fireproof clothing, as ballast fibers are highly resistant to. Rebars made from these fibers have much higher strength to weight ratio and corrosion resistance. Wool for insulation, filtration as hydroponic growth medium. Excellent material. Okay, next one. Transparent metallic glass, microalloy comprised of, is made through the process of aerodynamic levitation, where the materials are suspended in air and melted with lasers. Oh. Expensive to produce, otherwise theoretically, the entire abyssal station could have been constructed from. Wow. That is really interesting. Gate controls. There we go. Okay, let's try to open this one. I'm not gonna use those. We have no need for that. We can't open this gate. I checked that, I checked that. Oh, it seems to be some laboratories of some kind. Okay, we have a door over here. Damn it. There's been quite a bit of a fight. Oh, we don't need to open the door though. But I am going to, because it's gonna give us a bit of experience. So he did have a child after all, but damn it. I'm so sorry for him. No wonder his mind cracked. Oh, biohazard suit. We don't have one of these. Let's take it. Oh, damn it, I'm kind of heavy. Let's see what we can get rid of. Actually, I'm just gonna equip this. Oh, we got this with ourselves. That's nice. We're gonna put it in our collection. Oh, we can open this gate from this side. Computer locker. Okay, let's see what the computer has to say. A symbiotic environment combining conventional aquaculture with hydroponics, making the aquaponics fish, crustaceans, mollusks, hydrozone colonies. Biofilters where nitrification bacteria can convert ammonia into nitrate for plant, combined into a single automated system to maintain balance between a symbiotic environment. So basically, this is a self-sustained environment using plant life and thermal vents and whatnot. Actually, let's go open this door. So we have access to it. What? I can't go to it? Oh, we have to open this door. I see. Interesting. Ah, we could have opened it from the other side as well. This is the storage. Okay, let's see what we have in the storage. I don't think I'm gonna pick too many things. Sorry for the darkness. We're gonna get some light eventually. Locked. It's stuck. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's open this one. Nothing interesting. Gate controls. Locker. There's some food. Actually, let's go this way first. I want to check this part. The soundtracks are so freaking weird. Nada. Oh, there's one more locker over here. Quite nice. Yes. Okay, so we've checked everything here. let's go into the next section. Huh. This closes this, this closes this. Let's check this side first. I think it's shorter. A locker. A boxy with things we might need. Let's see. Just as he expunged the invading... What? Just as he has expunged the invading submarine. Tones and tones of sotted slime in its place, darkening. Bring a fragment of which gave us wisdom. Flotsomir's power, infinite. Flotsomir means the great snake. Just as he has expunged the invading submarine. Sacrifice of human flesh and bone. Oh damn it, these guys went mental. Cut into pieces and arranged according to instructions, while the liver is disposed into the solution. Blood collected in a bowl mixed with shadow dust and sprinkled across. Ignite the crystal incense to cast shadow light upon. Should all gather around as the outside light dim and change. Gateway from which serpentine, sacrifice of human flesh and bone. Okay. Was there more? No. Let's try the other ones. How many computers? One more. Between R&D and the remaining submarines and subspheres, no access to flood processing dome. Through Residential 1, the time has come to, for my siblings who sadly couldn't see the truth, between R&D and the remaining submarines and subspheres. Interesting. Something went really bad here. Really, really bad. Electronic cabinet. Yes. And yes. Okay, we can't use that. Maybe we can use this. Let's see. Yes. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What is this? Weird symbol. A weird but oddly familiar symbol written in red on a piece of electronic paper. I think this is a Sormi Baron symbol. I mean, I'm 100% sure it's a Sormi Baron symbol. Med synth canisters in the manufacturing dome. Okay. Demand for drugs for treating various disorders in the native population, both mental and physical, due to inability to live living condition. Not for the sub-islanders population, that is for us. Makes synthesis highly complicated due to current tensions between... Okay, we don't have any other information. The plot is becoming very, very interesting. I'm gonna take this and this. Okay, where else can we go? So we can't use that gate. We can't use this gate. We need to go this way, I suppose. What about this place? This gate is closed. Non-functional. Okay, let's go in here. Lockers stuck. Not interested. Nothing. Let's see around the corner. Well, there is minimum power, I suppose. Gate controls don't work. How the hell do you open this door though? Was there a door? Ah, there it is. Wait, let me recharge. Okie dokie. So. This locker. Ooh, those are very beautiful. Thank you. Those will come in handy. Docking, residential, and power somewhere here. Ah, wait. Nope. Nope. Let's open this gate control. This is a oh ho ho hello. You see how this place is emanating darkness? That's crazy. Now, I'm not sure if we can interact with this. But I'm gonna try to take a juice and see if it works. To merely call the monolith dark would not be accurate. Its blackness is not merely the lack of reflective light, but emptiness in every way. Its space is not vacant or filled with dark substances, but rather it feels as though there is not even any space there. It is more like a tear in space-time, and or perhaps a tear in reality itself, revealing the nothingness beyond. At the same time, the monolith does appear as if it has some sort of existence itself, and its existence seems clearer and more fundamental than that of everything else around it. On its corner seems to have been cut off, giving you a glimpse inside the monolith, a sight of endless expanses populated by dimmed purple, bluish, and reddish light, sparsely lit by bright white particles, all swirling endlessly without aim, in fine purple mist through the black void. Reach out and touch the monolith. It feels smooth to the touch. It's neither cold nor warm. Touch where the monolith was cut. You succumb up to the slippery monolith until you can't just about reach the cut part. Then you slowly insert your finger inside, but immediately withdraw them due to the searing pain. You slide down it in panic and inspect your hand. The very tip of your finger appears if they were cut off with surgical precision. Oh, reach out for the monolith with your mind. You focus your mind to the monolith, and experience is unlike anything you've known before. All the thoughts you direct towards the monolith are swallowed by its darkness, and you are left dazed, confused, and with irrational sense of dread. Ooh la la. So, I think you need a lot of will to make it work. Medical card. I'm gonna take all of that. All of this contains glossy, oversized hearts with electrodes attached to them. Okay, this computer seems no power, obviously. Organ tank, no power. Probably we have to do this, but first let's check this part out. Scanner. What are you? Liquid crystal slime. When motionless in liquid, it's viscous and sticky, sticks to the walls of the container, is sparkling reflection, rich colored, but when shaken, the liquid breaks up and turns into mate dry lumps. It remains so for a few moments, then it resettles and reliquefies. Ooh, that looks really cool. Okay, I'm not gonna pick anything else. Gate controls don't work. Let's see if we can get inside here. Seems to be some kind of oh, hello there. It depicts a serpent devouring the radiant sphere. A serpent eating the sun. Interesting. What have these guys been up to in here, I wonder? Okay, let's check. No power. Looks like some head scanner or maybe a projector of some kind. Where is the side booster? Ah, over here. Okay, hardcore save. And this is gonna be a ride to begin with, if I remember. What I recommend, get the second side and have this with you. Otherwise, it's gonna be a pain. Computer. Unable to connect to la la la. Only local data is available. Summon available servants. No available servants detected. Document. Shadow wave. Psycho projection charts. Standard superseded. So shadow wave frequencies. Infra. Under 5 Hz. No perceptible stimulation on the short-term effects. Delta, faint, distant aural beat in the range of 5 to 15 beats per minute. No visual stimulation. Theta, deep stimulation of unconscious cognitive inductive reasoning, memory recollection, creativity, association, language. So it has beneficiary results. Alpha, sense of great relaxation and loss of sense of time and spatial awareness. Beta, lucid auto-visual hallucinations. Gamma, increase analytic cognitive performance, deductive reasoning, complex problem solving. Oh. Epsilon, whatever. Increase psionic performance across most disciplines, exhausting for non-psionic subjects, severe headache and in extreme cases. Frequency higher than 60 Hz has considered dangerous and should only be used with psionic subjects while exercising extreme caution. Okay. The dust inhalation shadow current. Infra, same sense of vermicular motion inside head and abdomen. Mild headache and intestinal pain, approximately half of the subjects. Delta, violent pounding in ears, something accompanied by hissing, growling, and screaming, no visual stimulation. Theta, creeping terror, distress, coldness. So the higher the increase the frequency, the more the side effects come up. Alpha, sense of asphyxiation and claustrophobia. Beta, temporary loss of sight and hearing with the exception of sporadic auto-visual visions, most commonly containing flashy pairs of lights, serpentine motion, and indescribable echoing sounds. Gamma, suicidal urges, madness, and often leading to cerebral hemorrhaging and death. Complete and overwhelming sensory hallucinations. Frequencies higher than 42, oh, it's not even 60, will considerably result in death of subjects that have inhaled shadow dust. So don't take the shadow dust, okay? Psychoprojection images. Let's go with Dr. Metal's drawing. I suppose she's from Atlantis. The first drawing features a black background with a few white squiggly lines, some thicker, some thinner, nothing more. The second sketch is more elaborated. There are about 20 or so lines horizontally parallel to one another, with some having warm coloration, red, orange, yellow, etc., either all the way through one partially until turning white again. So maybe this relates to the spectrum of light. They are shaped like sine waves with smooth contrast amplitude, but some waves are only uniform up until they spiral out of order and outside the bounds of the drawing. So it could be a prism, but then it deflects light into something else. The third sketch is yet more elaborated. The background is still black, but all of the lines are colored without restrictions. Their mutual spatial relationship feels organized in a fully two-dimensional way, while their their shapes are more varied in size and proportion, if still rounded for the most part. Simple geometrical shapes like triangles and squares split in half diagonally and also present as if emerging from some kind of fabric formed by the underlying intertwistment of multicolored lines. Yet the form is purely abstract and doesn't reference anything for the real world. The fourth drawing is completely blank. The fifth drawing can easily be mistaken for a long lost work of abstract art. It's fully colored, three dimensional painting of wrapped land or water or something completely different with angular shapes of complex geometry placed on it with a great sense of spatial awareness and proportion. The colors are overwhelming as if the painter was compensating for their lack of vividness or some other inherent property, and many lines were done multiple times with slight deviation in their dimensionality perception. You are able to see through the distinctive color and deceptive lines to discover overwhelming forms. The background, whatever it is, as mangled and undefined as it may look, feels strangely alive. For a still image, and it's in some kind of sensory motion, as if the visuals want to expand into a sound and sense, but never actually do. The complex, sharp, peculiar polyhedral again architecture of and machines are more defined and in some ways appear to conquer this realm. They do not appear to fit for human beings, at least not for our size and proportion, but perhaps something entirely different. The sixth drawing represents a cold, calculated organization of shapes, void and artistry, and human emotion. A technical drawing in essence. The rounded shapes are predominant again, as well as a few merged tetrahedrons. Let's keep this in mind. And colors are uniform in distribution and saturation. This is the first one that features the text formulae that seems to describe properties that draw reality and relate to our own. The seventh drawing is unfinished, being only about third done. It is chaotic amalgamation of all previous works containing spirals and triangles and half-written formulae. Its incompleteness doesn't have a sense of drawing direction you're familiar with. Instead, there are many holes in the composition. Certain spots just lack color, whereas some other spots are completely blank. And there is no discernible pattern to any of this. The drawing makes no sense to you. It also appears to be the last one in the folder. So if I could assemble all this information with all we have seen this far, the cube that we are chasing, which might be a mini black hole and be a power source, then we have seen the shard, which also had very weird spatial dimension things, and you could reach inside it, and we pulled out the lamp that we have now. And all of the things that we've experienced through the flashbacks, that when we touched the stones, I mean the weird stones and all that, and all the obelixes and so on, kind of makes me think that they have tapped into a fourth dimension, or into a fourth dimensional space, where fourth dimension is like, if you want to simplify it, it's like putting in three dimension uh, three dimensional cubes. So you can imagine that the XYZ axis are three dimensional cubes of their own instead of two dimensional ones that we are used to. And although we see it as a three dimensional arrangement for the four dimensional place, in reality, that is only a projection. It's something that we can make sense. Just as we make sense with two dimensional lines and one dimensional points in combination to create the three dimensional space, it's only a perception, but it's not the reality of the three dimensional space. So the same can happen with this. And that's why it's more like a tesseract kind of an element, but still quite complex if you get into quantum mechanics and so on. And this game is full of it. Early collection. The folder contains numerous drawings by various individuals ranging from simple black and white sketches to colorful portrayals of mind-bending objects, worlds, and purely abstract concepts. Rounded, wave-like or spiraling lines pervert the imagery, and triangles, pyramids, and tetrahedrons, depending on the dimension featured, and also common motifs. There are few notable ones: a transparent submarine dripping with black slimy mass, beams of light illuminate it from the dark below. So they have found something down below with the submarine. That's my perception of it. It's all open to interpretation, obviously. Even the snake that eats the sun from the image in the classroom. Although I do think that they have left something from a four dimensional space coming to our three dimensional space, and it had interacted in unwanted ways to the point where it has destroyed the surface of the surface of the world upstairs. Because we can see things. Even the dude told us we have to make sense of what we're watching, or what we're seeing through the shadows, because the shadows make sense to us, but it might be totally something unthinkable of what it is in reality. So he is referring to the fourth dimensional space in that sense, and all the creatures that come through. We try to, our mind makes sense of them in three dimensional space for us. So the crawlers and everything that goes into the, what's it called, when you're being stealthed. Even us, I think, when we're being stealthed, we're passing in between realities or dimensions. Just a little bit, because there are many layers. With these games, you have to understand there are many, many layers. Just as well, it's called Underrail, obviously, and it has many meanings as well, because you have to go through various levels of the rails, of the underrails. But we see there's many layers to the world. There are many, the underrail expands into the north, south, and so on. Then there is the Atlantis, which is outside of Underrail, and we also know that there is possibly a station in the orbit of the planet. So everything is presented to us in these layers. Okay, a human figure cutting the monolith depicted as being laid down horizontally on the floor. There is a black smoke rising from it and filling the room before falling back down on specks of dust. So they found this monolith at the bottom of the ocean, of the whatever, this body of water. And they cut this piece to bring it back and analyze it. Obviously, uh, if you've seen the movie Event Horizon, you know how easy it is to be corrupted by the things of the unknown. Some strange flying machine with large wings spreading through fog. Its dimensions and other properties are written next to it. A man and a woman with their hands reaching up, tentacles emerging from below, and hold them by their legs. Anatomy of a woman with some unknown markings of her vital organs, her skin is colored green. Ooh. So the great serpent might be a relevant thing related to this. Quite complex, still open to interpretation. Contemporary collection. This folder contains numerous drawings by various individuals, most of them disturbing in form and content. Their future twisted perspectives, strong colors that bleed into one another. Serpents and other sinister looking creatures devouring or simply slaughtering humanoid beings, as well as creatures of all other kinds. Some of these drawings contained formulas, occult rather than scientific, regarding things done to flesh that is often featured next to those inspections, drawn in one way or the other. Some are more notable than others. Humanoid reptilians driving spears into hairy muscle, four-legged creatures. They are in the middle of the endless pool of blood. The serpent constructing various objects, people, machines, cities, celestial bodies, and things greater, often titled as Sormir or Flotsom, Flotstrom, or more commonly Flotsomir, a vortex of some kind, dark, centered, and surrounded by people both alive and dead. All of the living ones are bowing deeply, but the ones who sprinkling some kind of black dust all over it. The dead are never whole. So again, maybe this is what the ferryman was referring to the center. There is something to the center that attracts to the definite death, but there is something more to it. Whew, this is such an amazing read. Neuro mapping set PPR. The dark screen slowly turns purple. Colorful and detailed spiraling shapes of mathematical perfection being to appear in the middle of the screen, becoming more and more contracted in the very center until a symmetrical image finally gains form. The shapes repeat in different configurations and are self-similar, composed of smaller identical or almost identical shapes to itself, diminishing in scales to appear infinity. The next underneath the image indicates that the image is being rendered in real time from some kind of mathematical function and are given the option to zoom further. Let's zoom in. You zoom in the center. The macrospheres outgrows the screen and reveals its fractal composition, whose constitutes the then again grow larger and radiate away as you zoom in. Colors change and shapes reconfigure, and the longer you stare into the infinite center of, the more it feels like you're descending into new realities, losing sight of the previously obvious pattern and building blocks. So it's very easy to get corrupted, it seems. From purple vastness, just by mathematical pure calculation into the cult part, let's say. For purple vastness, you fall into a spiraling azure sea whose surface forms maw of the universe that shallows you and squeezes you past the bright stars and into a quasar containing a layer of slithering green serpents between which clouds of glittering dust conceal scorching spits of molten rock, forming an ice island on which lush orange vegetation homes to swarms of yellow thousand legs insects crawling around their monstrous black queen, whose single compound eye reflects floating polyhedrons between which cosmic arcs of lightning wreak havoc and disintegrate reality and funnels it broken into spiraling singularity. So quasar, we have a few words here that are interesting. Quasars are like pulsars. They're these suns that have very powerful energy beams are coming out of them, and they have a yeah they're, well, it's a long story with quasars and so on, but they can become black holes on their own after many life cycles, of course. um, and it's interesting that it kind of tries to make sense of this insectoid and serpentine. So I think it's serpentine, reptilian, and insectoid kind of world. Nothing mammal about it, clearly. And they are in tune with the reality. But I do believe that this world might not be technologically developed, but doesn't mean that they are non-intelligent, as they seem to have a connection, well, a savage connection with the people they interact with, to the point where it transmutes them, it can converts them into something else. And they are slowly seeping into our reality, and perhaps the Underrail was built to prevent the destruction of our reality, or to keep humanity, what's left of humanity, as safe as possible. But it seems that we have fallen into disarray by our own hands. We didn't need the singularity to break into our reality and mess with us. We did a good job by ourselves. Which is the fact, a great serpent. You can no longer zoom in. Okay, so we found a lot of information here. Okay, our second side has been disabled. Organ tanks. Okay. Computer. The screen displays an image of a dissected man. His body is twisted and atrophied, and certain patches of his skin features reptilian scales. So it is infecting the world. Oh, wait, I didn't read the rest, sorry. The screen displays an image of a dissected... Okay, it's the same thing. Shadow waves of living tissue on this one. Affects DNA replication. Now, interestingly enough, we do remember that there were... when we met... What was his name? Not Wyatt. The other guy in Core City. His name is eluding me right now. Anyway, the old scientist that died when we talked to him. And he said that the answer is in the strings of the DNA and RNA. So we can see a connection here that there is something that affects the DNA replication. But we don't really understand what exactly is happening here. Dust into the bloodstream, which will accelerate the process and cause biomolecules unknown. Tests involving reanimating dead tissue have proven shadow waves of living tissue. Okay, so it seems there is something really weird. Neuroptilian brain. Ooh. So that's like a basic brain inside a massive tried human brain. So they were experimenting here with how the DNA is being affected. What the hell are these? Never mind. Gate control. Let's take all of this. I think I've taken more than I should have. Okay, we have... Okay, so this is the last thing we can do. I wonder... Oh my gosh, I think if we leave it for too long, it becomes really dark. Let's do another save. and the darkness expands. It's so epic. Let's try to interact with it again. No, nothing happens. So let's take the bullets. I suppose we have to open the door. To this place. Oh, we close this door. Okay, okay, no worries. Scanner. Let's check this scanner. It's some kind of a crudely constructed scanner. You can't deduct much from its appearance. Maybe this is to detect if something happens with the monolith. Or maybe reach inside of it if it scans it, right? Okay, what happens if you open this door? What? Strongman's head? It got burnt marks that raises from the neck to the spiral towards the top of the head. They emit faint purple glow, so they have been affected. Locker. Fusion cell, greater fusion cell. Okay, we get it. Anything else? Maybe the lockers? Oh la la! Oh la la. I'm just gonna take the most expensive things here. This one. Oops. Yeah, I think the rest are not important. I'm gonna take this. This. And yes, this, and yeah, why not buy this? Oh, acorn. Let's see what the acorn really is. ACONR is written on its top face, just below a white symbol most resembling a diagonally placed egg whose upper half is enclosed by a semicircle with a blank stalk, with a bent stalk at the very top. Diagonally placed egg? It appears to be a container of some kind, one that seems to open horizontally in the middle. You are, however, unable to find any means to which to do so. There are no handles, no locks, no buttons, touchscreens, or visible sensors. Additionally, the robust casing easily discourages brute force, at least by more conventional means. Whatever is inside is likely invaluable. Oh shoot, it's becoming really dark in here, isn't it? Okay, let's see the computer now. Okay, relax. Unable to connect. Summon the servants, no servants available. Documents. Shadowlith archive. Maybe the acorn contains a piece of the monolith. Who knows? We don't know. Because they say it was meant for transportation, but then again, maybe it's something else. We don't know. This is a collection of collaborative scientific notes, reports, and papers on Shadowlith, recovered following shadow emission LEAD, shadow emission, interesting, 129, which wiped out most of the data in the special laboratory database. This is why they lost most of that information. The collection is incomplete and provides limited corporeal insight into the most basic interaction between Shadowlith and our reality. It should only serve for archival purposes. Discovery. The black monolith, oh my god, is becoming difficult to read, and the time doesn't stop, it's still expanding. The black monolith was first uncovered at the Abyssal Excavation Site 6. 6 again. Exact year and date unknown. Closest estimation between LEBD 20 and 30. Several years after the construction of the Abyssal Station Zero, the monolith is a 3-meter tall, deep black structure in the shape of a hexagon is made out of 6 parts. Prism augmented with pyramidal frustums as its top and bottom. It is composed of a material so dense it required heavy sub-filters to bring it into the station. At 108 tons, its density was calculated to be 3,000 something grams per centimeter square. Transporting it from the manufacturing dome requires reinforcing the floor with RG panels and using super lubric mats to eliminate friction when pushed by strongman. Okay, composite test number 142. The test was performed after an upgrade to the nuclear magnetic resonance spectropose module in the hopes that it will finally allow us to determine the molecular structure of the black monolith after numerous failed attempts. To our dismay, but sadly consistent with all our previous tests, with this one too gave us no results. The black monolith is impenetrable to all of our instruments and impervious to all of the tools which we've tried to obtain samples. In agreement with Dr. Marson, we are ceasing all attempts at further testing the monolith physical properties until means to obtain samples and are provided. We still instead focus all of our research on the shadow wave. Dr. Leaf Bolton. Shadow waves. A shadow wave is a transverse wave radiated by the black monolith, which during its first half period exhibits measurable physical interactions, positive ecstasy, but no measurable interaction during its second half period, negative ecstasy. In normal condition, the charge between positive and negative ecstasy occurs at frequency of 0.2 Hz, meaning that the wave completes one full cycle at 0.4 Hz, obviously, which an average wavelength of 16 microns, circa 16 microns. The points where the ecstasy states comes to an end are called shadow wave ecstasy limits, or more specifically, negative and positive ecstasy limits for each of the respective states of interaction. The darker it becomes, the more the music becomes active. The extent of which the shadow waves interact with material reality is not yet known, but so far we've measured that more obvious electromagnetic interaction effects of shadow wave on electromagnetic fields by Dr. E. Herman Sigmarsson, some weak nuclear interactions, radioactive decay, or shadow wave ecstasy limits, Dr. Tarban Vorenger, and some strong nuclear interactions, quark chromodynamic perturbations at shadow wave ecstasy limits, Dr. Stor Oivender. Oh, the Oivenders. Unaccounted for instances are decreased in mass at extreme limits, have also been measured, but due to its consistent manifestation and magnitude, we've yet to draw solid conclusion with respect to gravity effects of the wave. Most of these perturbations and otherwise unexplained phenomena occur near the extrinsic limits, whereas during positive extrinsic, the shadow wave carries energy in form of a regular electromagnetic wave. standing at the negative and ending at the positive ecstasy limit of that period in somewhat predictable fashion, depending on properties measured, how the energy is carried from positive to negative ecstasy limits for all intents and purposes, how the wave comes into existence again, and why and how these limits, which can be represented as fields causing these interactions, manifest in space yet unknown. What is clear is that the change is in its electromagnetic component wave during positive ecstasy uh, of the shadow wave is conserved through its negative ecstasy, meaning that it is without a doubt the same wave which alternates between affecting and non-affecting physical reality, as all of our research suggests. It's quite possibly all of its fundamental aspects. Interesting. The electromagnetic wave, which we've studied the most in all interactions, exhibits an unusual kind of elliptical polarizing defined by Holdenson's disjoint function. Informally, it has been dubbed as the serpentine polarization, as its graph representation bears the likeness of a snake spiraling through space. All the attempts at polarizing the wave in any way have proven unsuccessful, as the wave will repolarize as soon as the shadow wave enters its negative ecstasy, meaning that after passing negative ecstasy limit, the EM wave will align with again have serpentine polarization. Shadow wave manipulation. So far, we've determined that the shadow wave can be partially manipulated through changes in the electromagnetic field during positive ecstasy. So yeah, it interacts with our reality to some extent, and we can interact with it. This means that by giving the wave more energy at the appropriate ecstasy limit, we can, for instance, change its frequency in a manner that is consistent with our understanding of the laws of reality. However, this also produces amplified and far unpredictable quantum effects at an ecstasy limit, both positive and negative, depending on how we have been manipulated and the medium through which it passes. So they basically try to create a tuning mechanism for this piece of the monolith. The shadow wave can be directed through space by guiding them into Orion tubes, which a massive magnetic field shaper at the base of the monolith is in tubes. In these tubes, we can shoot photons at specific intervals, aiming for either negative or positive ecstasy limits, so that we may study the resulting quantum interactions, the consistency of Heinler's law in electron positron annihilation near negative ecstasy limits by E. Harman Sigmundson. So they were trying to stabilize these fluctuations in order for them to perhaps reach within, or try to create a portal, or try to better analyze it, or maybe try to use it and test it on specific subjects. The process can be dangerous if too much energy is introduced, which has resulted in 2 accidents already. But controlled wave manipulation at positive ecstasy limit will create relatively stable changes in the wave. What quantum interactions occur at negative ecstasy limit, like the creation of new particles, actual, not virtual, is currently beyond the scope of our understanding. Object negation experiment number 5. This experiment was conducted to test the hypothesis complete negation of objects from reality with PSWB, phased shadow wave beam technology. The object used for this experiment is a standard sized pseudo brass cup suspended in an MO5 testing sphere. By channeling the shadow wave through the two 5.3 meter long Orion tubes and introducing the increasing amount of energy at every positive extency limit, we are able to achieve the desired frequency of 67.5, which clearly will kill anybody. For both waves, one wave is then continuously phase shifted in the range of 175 to 185 degree, while the PSWB is being focused on the cup. After the darkening effect has been achieved, another energy surge is needed to completely negate the cup from existence, a process which occurs in less than 0.15 seconds. The experiment, besides proving the negotiation hypothesis, also proves Botton's principle that strong chemical bonds will ensure that the whole object will be affected. Using Sigmund's resonance fiction, shadow photons and darkening effects, Hermann Sigmundson. This kind of is interesting because they're using wavelengths, well, musical wavelengths in a way, to affect the monolith, and then applying the electromagnetic wavelengths and energy and power to affect the molecular structure of objects. And in this case, it disintegrates them, or maybe it makes them vanish, or maybe it makes them transport somewhere else. It's difficult to say. In conclusion, the fifth test was a complete success. These only losses being the two Orion tubes and the MO5 sphere. However, those could hardly be called losses, not because of the relatively small cost of the equipment, but more so due to the fact that the changes in their chemical structure and the formation of this unknown liquid crystal compound will provide our team with new studying materials. So in the meantime, it also transforms the chemical bonds into something different. Maybe it rewrites its chemical structure and DNA if it's a person or a living being, not beer. Living beer, that would be cool. Michael Bain. Oh, cool name. So it seems both Lemurians and the Atlanteans were working here, sub-islanders as they call them. And now we have anamorphic disk. Today we've received something called the anamorphic disk. It's supposedly capable of cutting the blade monolith. It came in an external shipment that the details of which are oddly kept away from all of us lowly engineers. At first glance, it is a rather unimpressive rubbery disc 20 centimeters in diameter and 1 centimeter thick. Grey in color, of a rough texture, made out of some unknown synthetic material. We were explicitly instructed not to scan and to keep into cryo except during use. This thing is something no sane person would see as a cutting tool, let alone something that could damage the object as impervious as the black monolith. However, after doing some testing at the shop, we now view the anamorphic disk as in a completely different light. Now, interestingly enough, the anamorphic disk was given to them by somebody higher, we don't know who, probably Biocorp. It's not out of the realm of possibilities, but it seems that previous tests have been done. If something like this can apply to the monolith and actually cut through it. So they gave it to them and said, we're gonna keep a distance and you guys do some tests in there, you know? If something goes wrong, it's up on you. It's up to you to know how to deal with it, I suppose. The disc arrived with a Sader SG ATM-M large diameter grinder on whose end it is to be attached, which frankly gives a comically disproportionate appearance. Speaking of comical, we really expected to believe that such primitive tool as a mechanical grinder with a rubber gasket and at its end will achieve what the most technologically advanced lasers and plasma cutters in our disposal can't. These thoughts went through all of our minds, and then we fired up the thing. Within the span of a second, the disk flattened while tripling its diameter, its gray color becoming much lighter in shade. In this state, the disk could cut anything we tested it on. Pseudobrass, steel, and all the way stronger alloys and minerals, even the G5 rated diamond, and did so with little resistance. Interesting. Will it cut the monolith? That would be an ultimate test. We were instructed to modify a strongman to use the grinder and ensure that it is capable of performing the cut, taking all of the potential variables into account. No idea how they came up with those, but what I do know, I'm just an engineer. Hopefully the cut will be performed tomorrow, after which I will file another report. Chief Station Engineering Boris Grayson. So who is they? That is the curious part. Because they have been instructed clearly. We can't do anything. Okay. Gonna escape. Oh, we can't save. Well, this is the part where we cry. Because I don't know what to do. We need to... Actually, what do I need to do? We found the icon, but no way to open or use it. You can handle it over to someone, perhaps can, or you could keep it for yourself. Yeah, that's not my interest right now. Black Sea Expedition wants to go towards... Okay, the camp is under persistent attack, blah blah blah. Gunslinger, Dark Territory, the compound, Nimble. What the hell am I supposed to do? Maybe get here and... Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. Now that is what I call freaky wiki. We go and interact with the monolith? Well, let's try. Oh. Shoot. Hey. Let's enable our thing. Let's enable... What should we enable? So there's two creatures here, though we can't perceive them. We can't attack them, but we can actually. Let's drink this. And let's use... we see the creatures now. This. One down. Let's go back. Second, Void Root. This character suffers 4 energy damage every turn. Shoot. Not enough action point. Yes, wait, you little fishes. Oh my god, they're spawning like crazy. I don't know if it's good to interact with the... Can we interact with it? Reach out for the monolith with your mind. It doesn't work. Nothing works. Okay, so let's use the door. If we could. Why is it applying to me as well? Okay, that's not good. Let's open the door. shoot, 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 shoot. Oh no, that's bad. We really need to recharge. Maybe I need to go invisible or something. Okay, that's bad. Oh no, that's really bad. Why is it affecting me? Okay, that's horrible. Okay, this is looking really, really bad. Why is it affecting me? We're gonna die. Oh, we're dead. We have to run. Gate control, we have to activate it. Oh shoot, I died. Damn it! So let's go. Oh crap, never mind. Okay, let's go through all of this again. What? Come on, leave me alone. Well, let's try again. So documents, discovery. Come on, leave me, leave me. Because maybe we can give this information to the professor. Oh, come on. Okay. Drink. We should have left that door open. I don't know why I closed it. Crap, why am I so heavy? So go back a little. Yeah, it's my fault. Oh, wait, the door is open? Then I'm stupid. What the hell happened to the other one? Oh no, the door is... What? Oh, this door is closed. Damn it. Ah, crap. Okay, that's... No, wait. First of all... Shit. No, this isn't doing good. So let's take the acorn. Let's save again. I'm gonna I don't know. Let's change. I'm gonna drop something. Sort this. I have 2 kilograms. Ah, fuck off. I don't care. Okay, let's interact. Oh, actually, yeah. I think we've read everything. So let's think. I'm gonna drink the juice really quick. Juice. I'm gonna equip. I need to eat another thing. Eat this. And let's go. Maybe I should go invisible. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because I'm gonna get out of invisibility once I do this, no? Damn it. I need to get out and close the door over here. Go, 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 go. Disable this. Close it. Run, run, run. Where the hell? Horrible idea. Okay, let's go back a little. I should have opened the doors before all of this. Ah, I'm so dumb. I am so dumb. Where is the freaking controls? Gate control here, but does this gate control work? If it doesn't work, I'm so screwed. No power. Shoot, 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 shoot. We have to go zigzag. Yeah, well, that's it. What can I do? Let's disable the shields. We have to make it up to here. Crap. Back a little. Ah, crap. Come on. Ah, like this. Press Alt. Okay, it doesn't seem to affect this, but whatever. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We need to get out. We need to get out. Shoot. Where is he? So go a little bit in front. Oh crap. Just run. Smack this bitch up. Smack you. Let's try to get here. He's gonna come to me anyway. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna attack you. Bam. We need to go. We need to go. Oh jeez, this is so. Whew. Go, just go, just go. I don't care. Run. Where is he? We need to disable this and serve it. Come on, come on, we can get out, we can get out. We can get out. Ah, of course there was one more, of course. Leave me alone. Close the gate. Ultra fast. Exit. Oh shoot. Mate, where are you? Oh crap, crap, crap. I'm not doing so well. I think you need to help me close that gate. Maybe I should stop the power? Should have stopped the power? Actually, I don't know what happens if we try to stop the power. I don't think we can. But out of curiosity, let's see. So I save there. Okay, let's see if we can reach the power generator. Ah, we can't. Once it's activated, it's sayonara. Well, where is he? Please tell me you're around here somewhere. Maybe he's at the exit? I don't hear him running around and stuff. Clearly, I would not suggest living in this station anymore. This station is compromised. No. Damn it. Todd! Where the hell did you go? You freaky little... Oh. Maybe he's up here. He ran where he met his girlfriend? No. His wife, actually. Can't open that. He's not around here. He's not there. Oh, Todd, where are you? Hope he's safe. Maybe he's in his room. Which room is that, though? Maybe this one? No. Look. Come on, get inside. Not this room. Damn it, where did you go, boy? Literally, where is he? Maybe in this room? Nope. Damn it. Cantina? Jeez, where did he go? Power station. Let's see, maybe we can... Power dome housing 2 hydro generators, both which are in good condition. Food, blah 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 blah. Residential stable, you can see, yeah. Well, I am totally confused where he went. Or maybe I just passed him and I'm blind like a duck. I'm a blind duck. Damn it. Where the hell is Todd? He didn't leave, did he? Not Not in this room. Maybe this is his room. Oh gosh, what did I do to make Todd disappear like this? Come on, enter every room. Must be somewhere. It's not. Todd. Now this place looks very sad. Well, I don't know what to do. Great. Maybe he is here somewhere. I'm not seeing him. He is in. Oh, you bastard. You're so cool. A pair of eyes stare at you. Tinted with future determination. Eros. Not. Are you sure you want to do this? Todd, what are you doing here? I can only take you to the surface, then you're on your own. Sorry, this is a one-man submarine attack. No, are you sure you want to do this? He nods silently. Welcome aboard. He nods with a slight smile. Don't be afraid. Time to surface. Let's do this. Navigation. Course. We don't need to do a course. Then main, and then surface. Vessel surface. Go. Go, 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 go. Why does... It's like, shut up. No questions. Sigh. We're not very far. We should ascend very fast. His breathing is speeding up. Shut up. But he closes his eyes and calms down. Good. Almost there. There should be a beacon here, but everything's dark. There's a lot of dust particles in the water though. What was that? Shh. Almost there. How much? We're almost there, shut up. Voila. Is this the surface? It is. Now about you. Me? The world is dangerous and will swallow you in a second. You can't take care of yourself. But I can't take care of you either due to the nature of my life. I'll find someone who will though. You stand here and I'll be back as soon as I find some new home for you. Thank you, Eros. I'll stay here. It'll all be good. I won't touch anything. Hope you do. Don't. Okay. Whew, that was a very intensive session. Now, we'll just have to do a few things. But we'll do them in the next episode because it's kind of wrapping up time. This was the ending of this whole thing. Quite a beautiful game in my opinion. Fan-freaking-tastic. Hope you guys enjoyed it this far. We still have a bit more to go, but this has elucidated a lot about the world and the Underrail and the people that live in it and what happened to it and etc, etc, etc. And maybe what happens to us as well, you know, the main character is a mystery as well. Okay guys, you stay super awesome and I'll catch you next time. Bye 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 bye.